Welcome in, builders. We're going to take a first look at Quasimorph. This is a pretty difficult, hardcore, I'm going to call it a roguelite game set in the future where corporations have basically taken over the entire solar system, and there's been an incident that we are involved in that has released, I'm going to say, a demon. It's kind of got like a little bit of a Doom aesthetic. That is the Quasimorphs. I've not played very far in here, so a lot of this is going to be new to me. Just a little bit to get my feet wet and double check things. Let's go ahead and start a run, and we'll see how we can do. We are going to start a new save here. That's my little one with 2 hours of playtime. We're going to play on normal difficulty. I have heard a lot of people say that the game is quote-unquote meant to be played on unfair, but I'll say at least on normal, it's already brutally difficulty at the moment.
The history of humanity is written in tears and blood. Liars, tyrants, idealists, they all tried to bring happiness on the edge of a sword. We waited for liberation from the shackles of fate, and were ready to go through the last judgment for it. Not for the glorious death for the eternal kingdom, love, or the Lord, but for a way to step off the path of suffering. But when the apocalypse came, we shrugged our shoulders and started profiting from it as usual. The creatures lurking in the depths of space didn't seem scarier than our own world. Armed with the hope that the darkest hour comes before dawn, we try to survive until the first rays of the sun.
All right, well, that's filling me with hope. All right, this is our, I don't even know what she is, our secretary, our co-worker? This is Jane. Good morning, boss. Let's first restore memory after the diapause. During the Ancom mission on Venus, we awakened a Quasimorph named Teslan. Now his Quasimorphs are still in our world, which is weird. There's no information in the news that we're involved. Meanwhile, corporates insist that Quasimorphalysis is a fabrication and claim that Teslan is a provocation by the civil resistance. We are now orbiting Phobos and have time to recover and figure out what to do next. The supplies on the spacecraft are running low, so we need to find ourselves some new profitable... We are going to do our training. First, a pilot. Attention, attention. Vector 4, Sector 6, Northern Hemisphere. 5 launches detected. Rocket engines. Approaching rapidly. Activating countermeasures. Magnum, grab onto something. It's going to get loud. So there's our ship, the Magnum. Proper size for a builder. And we're just getting absolutely rocked, apparently. It seems to be the civil resistance. We need to clear them out from the Magnum. Our future depends on it. Bridge. Let's remember how to move. To navigate, use the left mouse on a tile or keys that would definitely going to get me killed. In the bottom left corner of the screen, you'll find your energy reserve, pain threshold counter, health movement. The movement mode determines how many action points you have until the opponent takes their turn. This is going to be very important. Like most games that are turn-based, managing your action points and your positioning and not allowing enemies to retaliate is going to be very key. This is a very brutal game. This is like Battle Brothers level of brutality. One wrong step and you will definitely lose your agent here. Now on the bright side, our agents are clones, so the suffering never ends. I'm going to go ahead and go down in movement. I did change a hotkey here. I have a gaming mouse and I just made page up and page down change between stealth mode, walking mode, and running mode. Once you take an action in that mode, you are stuck to it for the turn. So if I take a move while I'm running, I'm stuck running for the turn. Stealth here gives us only one action point, but it lowers the cost of our calories per action down to just 1. And we'll notice hidden enemies, and we have inventory actions are free. So if we loot things, they're free. I can right click to spin around and take a look, and that's free to do. I'm going to go ahead and hop over here and see what's in the storage. Looks like we've got some inventory here. We've got a Hydra 24. Looks like this is a 9mm. We've got some bullets. I'm actually going to put on my vest here. Having a mag vest means we can put our bullets into that, and it will be easier to load, and it's faster, and gives us some extra inventory space. We have a tourist backpack. In fact, let's control will move these over. I guess it doesn't equip them though, so we'll equip everything that we have. We got a splint, we've got bandage, some antibiotics, and I guess I'll put my pants on for work today. We're still missing a hat, it looks like. Down at the bottom here, we also have some resistances. Weirdly enough, I think a lot of these guns do like blunt damage. Where does it tell me on here? Knockback, rate of fire. I guess it's based on the ammo. So my 9mm bullets apparently are blunt. We didn't have time to sharpen our bullets today, I guess. Leave the cabin and head to the elevator. It's in the room across. We need to eliminate those bastards. All right. Gonna waddle on down. If you press T, you can get information about the mission status or request evacuation. Evacuation is done via elevator or shuttle. Right now, we have nowhere to retreat to. All right, I do see holding Alt will highlight things I can interact with, and I do see there is something down here. We have 2 MREs, Mr. Veggie and Mr. Meaty. Take those. Now, when you normally open doors, we don't want to use one action and open the door. If there's an enemy right here, it'll just shoot me in the face. So when you open doors, you want to make sure that you're in walking mode so you can open it. And then let's say there was a guy right here. I could at least move, or I could take a shot or something. Do not open doors on your last action. Trust me, I learned at least that in my 2 hours of playing. So we need to take that action and go back down to sneak. Move between station levels, use the elevators or stairs. The elevator control window, all floors connected to the elevator shaft are displayed. Press the floor you need. I strongly recommend going to medbay. If we lose the bioprinter, there'll be serious difficulties in cloning your other fighters. Okay, so medbay. Medblock. This is the medbay where the bioprinter is located, a perfect place to remind you about your health. If your health reaches 0, you will die. People die when they're killed. If your pain threshold reaches the limit, you'll skip a turn. Damage you receive will lead to injuries or limb loss. Keep an eye on that. Take a close look at your health interface by pressing H. We'll do that. I'm sending you a signal to your computer about the new wound. You need to fix it. To do this, press left click on the medkit to your right, then select the injured body part. Oh wow, Jane, you broke my knees. Jeez. So one of the big things in combat, this kind of reminds me of almost like I guess a Battle Brothers, but also like a Dwarf Fortress. There are pretty in-depth different wounds that you can get, and they are brutal. They are absolutely brutal. As a clone, I guess we run really hot, and by that I mean we burn like a bajillion calories, and that gives us some limited amount of regeneration. So if we look here, we have a fracture on our knee, so a fracture kind of makes me think that we need to use a splint on it. And now we are attempting to heal the wound that we have. It seems you have acquired an infection. Open your inventory by pressing I and use sorbent or antibiotic. If the wound is not fixed, an infection develops faster. We'll hit I. We don't have any sorbent, but we do have antibiotics. We will eat those. Oh, we have multiple uses. That's kind of nice. Paper pants, 7 resistance. I guess the jeans are ever so slightly better. Move that over there. In extreme cases, you can perform an amputation. To do this, select amputate in the context menu of a sharp object and choose a body part. Note that you can't bandage yourself while in sprint mode. Okay, I see something we can interact with off to the side. All right, another thing is getting in the habit of looking around, especially when we're in sneak mode, which I'll go to. That will allow us to get a warning when we hear things around. And apparently we also have very good hearing. All right, so again, I'm not going to want to sneak when I open a door. I want to at least be moving. Okay, that looks all right. I'm going to skip a turn. All right, nobody was in the entryway. I'm going to go back down to sneak. All right, well, we know something's over here. Okay, looking around, not seeing anything else. I go up to walk. Skip my turn before I poke my nose in there. Okay, this room looks clear, and there's a lot of things to interact with. Go back to sneak. Okay, some water. Auto dock allows you to treat wounds or infections if it has charges. You can recharge it with standard batteries. However, I've spotted an enemy in the room below you. Deal with them. Oh my. Okay. I'm gonna go into run, because I am not in a very good place. Okay, he's in the doorway. So if we right click him, we can bring up his stats. This is a raider. Ordinary call node of the civil resistance cell does all the dirty work. So he's got some resistances, he's got some gear, which looks better than mine, although it's damaged. He also has a gland, a self-loading pistol, has knockback and backup gun, which are traits. On the right-hand side, you can see our main weapon and the stats that it has. It looks like ours is... well, we have more bullets. We can have a better rate of fire. We can also look at the person. He has speed, slow, 2. That means he gets 2 AP, so he can move and then shoot if he wants. So we are not going to want to be here when that happens. So I'm going to go down to walking. Being in run gives you a accuracy penalty. Overall accuracy 75%. So I do not want to be running because I want to actually be able to hit him. So I'm going to go down to walk. You can see here 2 action points, and we drain some calories. So we're going to take a shot. Very nice. And then I'm going to step out of his line of sight. Great job. Pay attention to the body. Click on the if you want to loot. If you stand on the corpse without inspecting it, use control plus left click for movement. When you're done here, return to the elevator and descend to the next level. In the top right corner, there's a mini map of the current mission status. Use those buttons if you forget what's happening. I'm guessing that means he probably bled out. So we will move. No, we will open the door apparently. Okay, he bled out. Excellent. All right, here we have rag, and some toilet towels. One of the interesting things I find in this game is you have a pretty in-depth repair system. So here we can see that we can use a rag to repair our gear, and it says repairs plus 25 but minus 10% max. And different materials are used for different things and at different, I'm going to call them efficiency rates. AKA some of them will have less max damage to your gear. All right, we got some bullets, we got some poppy straws. We have the red front garment. Now, resistances are a lot better than what we have. We have a t-shirt, which has 4 blunt and 4, I'm gonna guess that's cold. Or is it 5 cold? 5 cold. This one has some more resistances. I'm gonna go ahead and, am I gonna put this on? Different kinds of resistances over there. I don't think I'm gonna put those on. We have the gland. I'm going to unload its ammo and take it. And I'm going to actually go ahead and equip it just so we can carry it. But we do get a dodge penalty the more weight we are carrying. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to disassemble everything. Looks like we got some rags and some rubber. All right, we did not manage to finish what we were trying to look at in here either. Okay, this is where he boarded us. There's nothing in the containers. Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that before. We're trailing the blood from walking in there. I wonder if the enemies are smart enough to actually follow that. Okay, here we already have to kind of make a little bit of a decision. I think these are going to go. So I'm going to disassemble those. So I want to carry this more valuable loot. As a full-time loot goblin, it hurts my soul when I have to leave things behind. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody in here. I'm going to skip a turn before we hop in. And actually, you know what? Let's reload our gun too. You can see I'm starting to reload, but I need 3 actions to finish. That will tick down as I do things. So you just want to make sure that you get that started. Now, let's go to sneak for a second. All right, I'm not hearing anybody. And there's nothing in the sink. All right, let's get down to the elevator. Be careful what I just did there if you're on a dangerous map. Sometimes it seems to be pretty good about stopping your auto move, but sometimes, you know, we'll head to the armory. And here's our arsenal. Ammo and melee weapons have different damage types. The armor has different resistance types. Choose wisely with what you and how you attack to win. It's a good point. Maybe we should try to diversify our damage types. Okay, I don't see anything that's interactable here. I'm going to go to sneak. Okay, looking around, I don't hear or see anybody. Be a little bit brave here. Let's make sure your weapon is loaded and ready for battle. To reload your weapon, press R. The ammo's in the tactical vest slot in the middle of the screen. Press the corresponding quick access slot key, and reloading will take fewer turns. You have 2 weapon slots. You can quickly switch between them by clicking the image of the active weapon in the top or pressing X. Okay, we are still not hearing anybody. Not available. All right. Oh, clicked too many times. A good example there of making sure you're in the right movement. Foreman, an armored helmet. Whip it. All right, now that's kind of damaged, and we could repair it with rags, so I don't see a reason not to, so I will repair the helmet. And you can see there, the max condition went down, the repair took the current durability up. All right, what do we got? Okay, now we got to make a little bit of a decision here. We're not going to have room for everything. I think the poppy straw is going to be what we get rid of. Actually, no, here, we can put bullets down here. That'll give me a spot. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and disassemble that. We got some plastic and looks like some stuff on the ground. We have the Border FN 4 is a shotgun. My love of shotguns. We have 6 bullets and no other ammunition. If we hit S, we can see we have our shotgun equipped now. I do think I'm going to use that for the time being. Oh, do we want either of these? Actually, yes. Our shotgun is damaged by quite a bit. We're at 47 out of 110. And I could repair this with weapon parts or a short pipe. Okay, weapon parts. Let's repair that. We have a spring. Robots. They could stabilize wounds. Has some repair ability. I think I'd rather keep the poppy straw than that, unfortunately. All right, and oh. Okay, see, that's why we're being careful. And that door just closed, so I'm gonna have to open it and move. Okay, the turn just ticked over, so I'm going to move 1. I'm gonna take a pot shot. There's a raider. He moves at 1 speed. He also has a shotty. That is a little out of range for my shotgun. I think we're gonna take a pot shot. Oh no, we don't. Do we have we have slugs. Slugs give us extra range on the shotgun. All right, do it. That was beautiful. So he got knocked backwards there. Nice. Something just triggered from our class. Fire transfer. Critical chance plus 50%. Killing activates the trigger. Costs us 25 hunger and has a cooldown of 10 turns. Normally I would want to be reloading here, but we don't have any other ammo. I'm going to go down to sneak. Okay. I'm going to go back up to walk. There's probably going to be more that come through there. I think we're going to push forward. There's some cover right here. I suggest hiding behind the cover to make it harder for enemies to hit us. To do this, stand on the highlighted square. The cover can stop a bullet if you're not shooting directly from behind it. If your shooting trajectory intersects the cover, it'll be highlighted in red. Great. Here's some useful information. If you ever want to shoot somewhere other than the enemy, hold, I think that's control. Your cursor will change to a crosshair and shooting trajectory will be displayed. We have a fuel barrel for the flamethrower. You can blow it up with a shot. Just don't catch fire yourself. Fire is very dangerous. To the right of the active weapon is a button to select the shooting mode. Hover the cursor over it and see the advantages and disadvantages of each. So right now we're doing concentrated fire mode. It looks like it does normal damage, fires 1 shot, has an accuracy of plus 20. We also could do a disperse shot, which has a plus 35% accuracy, but more scatter. So tight spread versus widespread. We're using a slug, so I don't know how much that would actually matter. If we had buckshot, that would probably matter a lot more. Let's rotate. Let's actually go down to sneak for a second. Okay. I don't know why those guys attacked that early. Normally when I did this the first time, I had to kind of like use the barrel like she was talking about. Let me see what button. Okay, it's shift is the button. It shows that I can aim and I can shoot wherever I want. You can damage terrain. So you could do something on purpose where you want to hit the terrain. I'm gonna go back to sneak. Okay, that door just opened. And I didn't do that. So somebody is right there. I'm gonna go up to walk. All right, this is way too dangerous for my blood. We're gonna back up 1. Wait. Oh goodness, I don't like this. Okay, we got some slugs. All right, we're gonna need to make a decision here. Let's actually... All right, I'm gonna drink the water. It gives you a little extra healing, but I just want to get the slugs into here, and I would rather have bullets than water. He also had a shotgun. Unload that ammo, so we grabbed it. I think this is a sawed-off shotgun. I think I like ours more than that one. So we'll go ahead and we'll just take it apart. Some rusty parts. I don't think we're going to pick those up. Check that body. Okay, we'll grab the bullets. We'll unload the ammo. And we'll just go ahead and rip all that up. There's a rib on the floor, rusty parts, and a spring. I just don't have room. Okay, I'm going to go up to walk and I'm going to back off again. Because I want to reload. Let's go down to sneak. We'll reload, wait, reload, wait, reload, wait. I basically just want to go all the way up to full ammo. Trust me, you're going to feel mighty stupid when you hear the click of an empty reload. All right, let's sneak back up to that door. We are pretty certain that there's somebody in that room. All right, nobody moved. Okay, no, it must have just been the door closing. All right, paranoia is fine. Here we can see there's gas in the barrel. Pro tip, go ahead and remove that and just throw it on the floor. If it's on the floor, they can't shoot it and blow you up. If it's in the barrel, they can shoot it and blow you up. So make sure you don't allow that to happen. My first death was via that. All right, we have a red front. Okay, I kind of like that. Our current pants basically has 3 and 4. We'd lose ever so slightly. Let's go ahead and disassemble those and put that on. Okay, I think we're done with this floor. Let's move on. We've got some shells. We have both of our weapons reloaded. I think we're ready for the end of the tutorial here. Someone threw grenades in the machine room again. I'll deal with them later. Grenades are used from utility belt slots. Activate grenade usage with the corresponding hotkey and press left click. Once you're done, head to the cube-centric engine on the left. Okay, so they kind of want me to put one, I believe, on our vest here. I guess I'm gonna have to finally give up the poppy. Because I do want to grab these. Yeah, I do want to grab these. Clip these onto our vest. And what are you? Stationary turret. Okay, I know that's used for an upgrade. Drop that. Paper towels will drop that. All right. Grab it. I don't know if we would get to keep that, even though we're on our own ship right now. Okay, so we need to protect our engine from getting attacked. Hull nodes have barricaded themselves in the upper compartment. Get ready for a serious battle. Use cover and don't play the hero. We have several stationary turrets and mines that are used the same way from the inventory with right click. Opening the context menu, you need to use. Turrets or mines in this case will be installed in the cell next to you in the direction you are facing. Prepare for defense. We have little time. Okay. I'm gonna run over here and see what we can pick up. Okay, again, we're gonna need to make some tough decisions here. I think I'm gonna drop the plastic. And we're gonna pick up the mine. The mine. What are you? Super heavy ammo. Man, what are we gonna drop? I think we're gonna drop the rubber. I already can see we can have bigger backpacks, and I want it. I want it real bad. All right, we'll take the extra bullets. All right, now I would love to go up here, but last time I tried to walk up there to place mines, I got like ambushed essentially. Yeah. Destroy them before they blow up the cube-centric engine. Use everything I've told you. Your goal is to protect the Magnum. Okay, so we can't see them yet. Blend space. 84% chance to get a hit. Get wrecked, nerd. And then I'm gonna hit 1 to start reloading and pass the turn. And nobody's approaching. There would be some cover here or here. I'm gonna go up to run. Okay, there is a guy. What do you have? A metal pipe. And how fast are you? Very slow. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and continue our run. Okay, now I'm gonna go to walk. Okay, we don't love that. The fact that they're melee is why I'm willing to stand here and do this. What are you? Yeah, see, he has a gun. Okay, let's get some cover. We can't currently see anyone. Let's go ahead and do a quick reload. Ow. Yep, there's the gun. Oh, I love shotguns so much. Have I ever told you about how much I love shotguns? Well done, Frank. All the invaders eliminated, and the Magnum is no longer under threat. See you at the bridge. Over and out. Oh, I didn't get to loot him. It's probably for the best. It's over. The Magnum has sustained minor damage. Basically, it won't affect the functionality of equipment and crew, so we can go where we want and do what we want. The system is open to us. Thanks, Jane. So this is our cargo hold. It is upgradable, thank goodness, because loot. It looks like this has like some auto sorting. So we have goods, parts, packs, others, weapons, ammos, grenades, armor repair kit, medical kit, food, data, chips, cargo hold, just general stuff. So I normally have been manually moving things, but I kind of want to try unload all. How good are you? Okay, that seems just fine, actually. Okay. I don't want to bring grenades around with me, so I will go ahead and unload those. Buckshot. I do like slugs quite a bit. Okay, another tip I picked up from, I don't remember, some video I was watching. You can unload all the ammo from these things, and it's probably worth doing because if you're not using the gun actively, it's not helping you. So I can store all those. I'm going to put that pistol there. We're going to move our shotty to our main hand. Can I also reload that? Yep, sure can. All right, now here's one thing. I don't have any other slugs. So if we go into a mission like this, we're only going to have 20 shots, and then we'd have to switch to a different weapon of some sort. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's not fine. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this mission. We'll look at that in a minute. Francis Raid Dali. We can certainly do as Jane said. Contracts are waiting, but as the saying goes, honor is lost, everything is lost. Honor is preserved, everything is preserved. We were able to track down the exact location of those shuttle pod launches. It's a rogue city. Most likely civil resistance has set up a training center and has a transshipment point there. Before we start chasing money, I suggest we stick a hot poker in the Red's ass. That's right, we can't take insults like them attacking my ship. So, this would be a mission. Great, I'm glad that honor is not an empty word to you, boss. Just in case, I'll remind you about the standard mission preparation interface. On this screen, you can choose the operator who will go on the mission, the chip with the combat skills that will be integrated into the freshly printed clone, and the equipment that we will use, we will issue to the fighter for the mission. So we need to select an operative. This is the bioprinter screen. Here you can choose a fighter to go on the mission. The list includes both those who survived previous missions and those who will be printed. Each of the fighters has their own parameters and a unique talent. They all have been through a lot during years of combat in every corner of the solar system. So we were using Francis. That's who we just had. We can see here he's got some equipment. His class is the Scout of Hades. We have other people. So for Francis here, his main bonus looks to be weapon durability. Like his weapons are just much more durable. He's got various different stats. I'm not going to go over each one. Dodge chance is 19 of note, I guess. Dodge chance, that is because we're carrying some stuff. So if we look at Victoria Bodicia, she has extra weapon range. Percy has all resists. Seems like he would be pretty good like a tanky character. And Isabella here ignores infections. I believe that's pertinent if you want to be a cannibal. Just saying. We can also change classes for people. Can I do that here? I may have just locked myself into something I didn't want to do. You can change classes by picking the class you want to give them. This is a class selection screen. In addition to their own experience, each fighter will benefit from gaining a specific set of skills based on experience of past military conflicts and digitized experience of special forces. Each class has a set of passive abilities and trigger abilities that are activated under certain conditions. So these look to be our starting classes. This is the Eclipse Blade. I believe this is kind of the melee one. Beneficial mutation and ignore infection. She already does that, so that's kind of moot. Knife fight gives us extra melee attack. And also, each one of these has their own way of gaining experience. So for this one, we get it by attacking with a melee weapon. Cannibalism. Eat human meat to activate the trigger. Carnage. Chance to get AP back. A wound inflicted in melee activates the trigger. So we stab somebody and then we get another AP basically. Berserk Gang gives us extra regeneration and pain regeneration. Getting a damaging wound activates the trigger. Athletic. Sprint affects accuracy minus 35%. So we can run and still stab people basically. And combat reflexes gives us extra dodge chance. I don't want it here. Let's hit in. Let's hit in. All right, there we go. I don't want to actually use her. I just wanted to show that off. So we're gonna go with Francis again. Francis is a scout of Hades. I don't even know how to describe this. I guess it's actually he got his weapon durability from that. So that's not even his perk. What is your perk? Receive wound chance. I guess maybe as he levels up, those go up higher. 2,000 starvation limit, which is nice. Some sight range is 8. Ranged accuracy 40%. Okay. The scout. So weapon durability is higher. Blind Fury. All damage plus 80%. A successful attack on the player activates the trigger. So if they hurt me, I hurt them back more. Fire transfer. If we kill somebody, we get crit chance. Assault reflex. We gain extra AP plus 2. An enemy attack misses the player. So we'd like to be kind of dodgy so that we get a bunch of extra AP. Close quarters specialist. Minus 25% scatter plus 10% ranged accuracy. Shooting a weapon grants 4 XP. That's pretty nice for a shotgun. Lowering that scatter is really nice. Training. Calorie consumption minus 2. Every 10 units of weight gives 1 experience when moving. Okay. Interesting. So we kind of want to be weighed down to level that up. And when we level it up, it will lower our calorie consumption. That's really vital on big maps. You're a hungry boy. Gear maintenance, physical resistance, and armor condition. Each physical hit reduced by armor grants XP. Okay. Yep. We're going to go with him up. And then I closed out again. So Percy, we have his class. Let's check the equipment. Now you need to gather your equipment. Take whatever you deem necessary, but don't forget ammo, food, medical supplies. Note that if the operator you send dies, all the items will be lost, and evacuation is only possible when the mission is completed or we find something valuable like a new conscious chip. Okay, so I'm going to wear the gear. I mean, it's basically what we have. We have some minor other stuff, but it's basically repeats of what we already were looking at. Weapon-wise, I don't even think I'm going to bring anything else. I'm going to stick with what we have. That lets me carry out another weapon, essentially. Now, my one concern is ammo. I do think I'm going to bring buckshot. Do I want to bring that much? Maybe we only bring 10 extra buckshot, and then we'll just have to switch to whatever weapon we can find on map if we run out of ammo. And that's going to be dependent on who we're fighting. Certain factions will, of course, use different types of weapons. Okay, here we go. All right, so I would like to divide. Give me 1 bandage. We're going to divide. This is, again, how much do you bring? How much room do you have to carry loot out? That is the question. Divide. 1. Note, we already ate one of those. That's nice that it actually keeps track like that. Okay, so we have bandages, which heal those things. We have a splint, which heals that. Antibiotics, which heals a little bit of everything. All right, so we're missing hydrogel is what we're missing, but we don't have any at the moment, so moot point there. I will bring a little bit of food, and then just hope that we find some extra. All right, we have noodles, chicken noodles. There we go. That'll make him feel better. And I don't think we're going to bring anything else. So we're going in pretty darn light. At least what I would consider light. Okay, great. If you're feeling ready, it's time to press the start mission button. I'm going to go through... Where are we at? Yeah, let's go through this. So every mission normally has two sides. And you are a PMC. You like money. You don't care about other things. So you can actually play both sides of most battles. This one's really unique because I think it's a tutorial mission. But usually it'll be like, Corporation A is attacking. Corporation B is defending. And you can pick which one you want to work for. Kind of a cool system there. Rogue City Station's autonomous missile defense server must be destroyed. The civil resistance hull nodes attempted to attack our mobile headquarters. We have sufficiently fought back and must now counterattack their training center. Extra. On Mars, Phobos, Deimos, colonies often combine opposite functions. Rogue City is both a charging and repair terminal for ground vehicles and at the same time serves as a corporate colony that brings constant dividends for rent to its owner. Let's do it. Keep in mind that we're not getting paid for this. Taking a contract would have been a better idea. Civil Resistance has set up a field camp in Rogue City. Training complexes as well as some kind of medical facilities or laboratories. It's unclear. Sometimes message flash in SBN that terrorists are accumulating rare and valuable items, weapons and equipment for their liberation struggle. Maybe we can justify the time spent here if we're lucky. So let's get even, but let's also do it with benefit. Get to their anti-space defense complex and destroy it. After that, the pilots will direct Magnum to the cargo dock in Rogue City and we'll start loading everything that's lying there. Nice, our little assault pod here. All right, let's hope that this isn't a hot landing. Our scanners see several ways to solve this problem. First, there's a main elevator connecting the cargo dock to the control center. But the number of biosignatures at the elevator is extremely high. Obviously, there's quite strong security there. Second, there's a bypass route through the stairs and warehouse level. I would recommend using the second option as our main plan, but if you feel confident, you can act with how you think best. All right, step 1, stealth and scout. We didn't immediately see any signatures anywhere. Recruit, welcome to Rogue City. This station was a tool of thieving vampires sucking the juices of the free people of the solar system. It's now been turned to the benefit of the working people. You made the right choice when you decided to leave your employer and go to the nearest civil resistance base by any means necessary. No more corporate slavery. You are to go through reintegration into organized society. Soon you will become a citizen again. Right now, you need to go to a training class where you'll gradually start to learn what it means to become a full member of the civil resistance. I welcome you and thank you for making the right choice. Isahar. A little bit of lore for us there. All right, I am going to disarm this. I'm not going to carry this around right now. Maybe we'll come back for that. All right, I'm going to start up here. I don't know how much of these maps are generated and how much of these maps are static. So I don't know if my playing this once is helpful or not. All right, back down to sneak. Okay, we'll take the water. Yep. That's a nice little healing item, and we can use it to craft if we can bring it back to the ship. There's a whole, I guess I'm going to call it base building function with the ship that hopefully we'll get to see in this one. Okay, I am in stealth, so we will see icons if we hear anybody around. Okay, so far we found a lot of water and not much else. Didn't hear anybody. Yeah, lots of random barrels full of gasoline. I see that. Yeah, we're looking... Whoop, that was not a good action there. We do not want to open doors like that. So far we have not heard anybody. Okay, move up to walk, open the door. That's been enough. Let's go this way for this one. And let's also make sure we equip our shotgun. I just noticed. Okay, scatter 1.6. Okay, both of those are fine. With our bonus, though, I'm almost tempted to go into that secondary mode. Yeah, let's keep it really accurate while we've got slugs on at least. Okay, in stealth, still not seeing anybody around. Let's that? Feces. Yes, we can craft with that, so I will pick it up. That's probably pretty close to the first thing I will drop. Okay, this looks really dangerous. Let's double check. Okay, we're still not seeing anybody. Yeah, that's true. What are you? Nope, now we see somebody. Commando. Okay, that is way better. So we have 8 resistance total. This one has 13, including blunt and cut, which seems to be kind of like the standard damage type. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap. I'm gonna disassemble that. Okay, knowing what we know, let's just be careful that there's somebody over there. He doesn't appear to have hurt us or anything. Okay, got some poppy stems. Oh, and there he is. Okay, I'm gonna go to walk. What do you have? A nail gun. Okay, we don't love that. 89% chance to hit. 95% chance to hit. All right, this does up our scatter. I think that's worth it though. That's such a good hit chance. That is not what we want to see. We lucked out and it looks like our second shot actually stunned him. All right, let's move one closer. Oh no, what a bad deviation. Okay, nope, nope. This is horrific. We really lucked out there. Okay, back down to stealth. No one approaching. Let's reload a whole bunch. Okay, well, we started off strong there, but man, that went bye-bye really quick. I don't think I'm going to be using the other mode with the slugs. All right, I do want to make sure that this is truly a dead end, but here comes somebody else. Oh, multiple people. Okay, we're going to go to fire. Wait. Fire. Fire. Oh, and we got lucky. Man, those stuns are really helping me out right now. Wait. Reload. Wait. Okay, no more footprint sounds. I'm gonna go up to full bullets here. Okay, injuries are common in combat situations. The first priority is to treat the wound. You can use bandages, splints, or even ordinary rags. To obtain a rag, tear up any unnecessary clothing. Autodocs and surgical kits allow you to immediately heal any wound. All right, step 1, what are you wielding? You shot me with a nail gun. Wow. Now you die. All right, we're gonna back up. H for our health menu. What do we have? Stomach, minor wound, self-healing. Okay, so it is trying to heal. We could use a bandage. We could use a rag. The rag gives us a 10% chance to become infected. I think I'm willing to do that here. Hopefully we do not get the infection. And we will reload. Okay, looks like we're okay. Up to walk. I think we aggroed that elevator room. Right, I'm gonna get back in here. Okay, we have used up our slugs already. I don't love that. I don't love that at all. One thing I did learn is you can't just put buckshot in, weirdly enough. That's just not how shotguns work, until we use up all of our slugs. All right, we have a pierce wound. So it is self-healing. All right, we'll give that another second and see if that'll heal up. Okay, it did. All right, and let's try not to keep getting surprised by these people somehow. We have the lads. That looks like synthetic chips. Delicious. We will immediately eat that. That took us almost back to full calories. And we have the strike. This does have way more resistances, but it doesn't have blunt or cut, which is what we're getting hit with. We look at the, I guess they're firing nails, right? Nails are piercing. I guess piercing is a specific type of damage. I don't think I want that. Okay, here we go. People's Front. Aramid pants. That has a lot more armor than what we're currently wearing. I definitely think we're going to take those. And we're going to disassemble this. What repairs you? Rusty metal. So if we find some rusty metal... Handyman... that's the wrong damage types. All right, we'll take those apart. Rusty parts? Rusty metal. So is that not the same thing? It is not the same thing. Okay. I don't think we're going to carry that around. We're not going to carry that. I think we're dropping the poo. I'm going to try to hold on to the plastic for now. Okay, next body. A nano stem. Stabilizes all wounds. Yes. A orthopedic cast. Yoink. Okay, and here we go. Some actual bullets. A cricket. Okay, not the best thing ever, but it's something that uses ammo. So we'll go ahead and grab it. The Scrub 5. This has better... Okay, 5 on the... I assume that's cold, but cold's not really much. I don't think that's particularly better, if I'm being honest. Okay, we'll go ahead and take those apart. What do you got? A disc. A cutter. Oh, yeah. These can fire like bouncy saw blades that are horrific. People's front. Oh, an Aramid helmet. We're currently using the commando. 4-5 on the 2 I care about. 7-8. Yeah, okay. Yoink. I would love to get this commando out just so we have a spare. Maybe we'll try to do that. I will probably end up having to drop it if I'm being honest. People's front armor. Again, this is just way better than what we were wearing. Disassemble that. Okay, this is the same pants, but have more durability. So you have 87. You have 90. Okay, that didn't actually swap. There we go. Rusty metal repair. Okay, 1 for the pants. Repair, 1 for the helmet. We have an EVA suit. Okay, that doesn't have pierce resistance, but it's better in every other way. So we're going to go ahead and switch those out. And then I don't think I'm going to use a cutter, so we'll go ahead and take that apart. Okay, I'd rather have these there. Okay, rusty parts. Okay, that's not going to help me with any of those. That would help me with the weapons. I don't think we need 15 and... Oh, and +5? Wait a minute. +5, so we're at 88. It didn't seem to change anything. Oh, because that was red, I see. So I wonder what rusty parts actually repair. Okay, is what it is. Okay, here, a duffel bag. It only has 20 condition. That seems like that would probably just die. I don't love that. It would let me carry more stuff, though. That would be our tourist bag that we would be leaving behind. This also makes things more heavy. I don't think we're going to switch that at the moment. Nail gun. Okay, I don't care about any of that. Also, take that plastic. We're not to cannibalism yet, so we're not going to touch that. Disc, rusty metal. Yeah. -10. Okay, so we're not ready for either of those. A rod. Okay, I'm gonna ditch the weapon parts. I know those can be useful, but I'm gonna grab something that's slightly more universal. Fine. Are we gonna check this? Yes. We're not hearing any sounds. Okay, there's the staircase. All right, we were in the right place. Don't care. Don't care about either of those. Those stairs lead to the warehouse premises. We have enhanced the resolution capability of the geoscanner. There's a medical supply and some other equipment there. Use everything and you'll reach the SD control center. Rogue City is secure enough to prepare messages for routing into the external system. I've successfully infiltrated LBSA as a security guard. Some time ago, there was an attack by HIS Magnum to extract some important prisoner. I managed to establish that HIS acted as contractors for ANCOM. The chances that my theory is correct have sharply increased. ANCOM is more than just a publisher. Unfortunately, LBSA is now open to attack, and its owners will change. I'm not sure I can continue to provide relevant information. Isahar. Why? I do think we are going to keep checking. Almost any weapon consumes ammo will need to be reloaded. Doing so in the midst of battle is... No. Avoid doing this in the midst of battle because you'll become vulnerable during the reload process. Try to find cover. Yeah, so we've used up all of our slugs, so now we are into the buckshot. Why it was not reloading there. This is going to be dangerous, actually. Okay, we only have one spare shell, and we only have 6 shots in our backup weapon. I don't love that. Also, we should have done that in stealth. Okay, now here's where this maybe is a little more interesting. Let's keep doing with the one we have. All right, we're gonna go to walk. We're gonna walk to here. Buckshot. Okay, well that didn't work out great. He looks to be maybe the more armored set. Okay, we did proc, and we got a whole bunch of extra AP there from that miss. So I guess that worked out in the end. Okay, and look. They had a grenade. I guess we will take that. Vermin's Death Flamethrower. Okay, that's pretty cool. I won't lie, I really want that. Okay, I'm gonna keep... Something's gotta go here. Okay, I think we're gonna drop the cast and the rod. And then we put that... No. Nope. Put that in there. Strength, red front. Okay, none of those are probably gonna be any better. I don't think I want to be using that at the moment, but I do want to see if I can drag that out. Oh, a research station. Okay, dang it. The loot. Leaving it behind hurts. It hurts. I will take my bullets. Okay, we actually have a different weapon. Okay, so I'm going to switch these two like this so I can compare. So we are using a cricket. Blunt 13 to 18. Okay, this thing does 16 to 31, has the same range. It is harder to reload, but has almost twice the capacity. Can also fire faster. Crit damage is a little bit lower. The accuracy is a little bit lower. I do think I want that instead. So we're going to unload that ammo. We're going to disassemble that. We're going to grab that. Are you an SMG? No, you're a pistol. Surgeon. Sorbent. We don't have room for that. Okay, don't have room for any of this, unfortunately. All right. Going down into sneak to make sure we're okay. We're going to load, and it's going to take me 3 rounds. All right. We're nice and safe. Oh, and now we find slugs. All right, Commando, sorry, you gotta go. And we will unload. Okay, are you better than what we have? No. Disassemble. 100. Okay, you are... I think that's actually gonna be better because we are at 131 out of 178. Rusty metal, so we can repair. All right, well, no reason to guess. Let's just repair. Yeah, these ones have more now. You are also down quite a bit. Let's do a repair on that. Disassemble. all that. Armor plate. Yeah, I would love to be dragging that out of here, but I doubt we can. Yeah, our armor took a beating there, that's for sure. A capacitor. Can do some repairs on some, probably like laser weapons or something. Okay, I just can't fit it. I'm gonna try to at least get one set of rags out of here, so that's why I'm dragging that. If we look at fullness, we're down. We're not down that much. 230. I do have some noodles, but I don't want to use those yet because we're still on the first floor here. Okay, and then I want to switch back to my shoddy. And I would like to put my shells in there. Yeah, we do need to remember I do have a grenade if the opportunity presents itself. We're not hearing anybody. Still not hearing anybody. Okay, hat I don't care about. Still not hearing anybody. Okay, kind of a flop here. Still not hearing anybody. Come on, give me something good. Training increase to level 2. I guess that's also another good point. C for class. We are getting training just by walking around. So it's not that one. This one. Training. Passive perk. So every 10 units of weight gives 1 experience when moving. So if we move another 196 spaces, we can level this up some more. This has lowered our calorie consumption by -3. I mean, it adds up, right? All right, we haven't been hearing anything in here. Okay, this looks like maybe the medical thing that they saw. Okay, here we go. So a workbench. We can actually craft in mission. I think I remember it's saying something about these are more expensive to do on map, but the thing is then we can carry stuff out. Like we can make ourselves a duffel bag. Has our bag taken any damage? Maybe that's a good question. The answer is no. The answer is no. I think we're gonna try to get a duffel bag out. Let's just make one. And we're gonna put that on. And that gives me a whole nother. And so we can hold this, and if this gets destroyed, we'll shimmy it around. All right, anything else we can make? Kind of weird that we can make that in a doctor's office. A lamp, sure. We're gonna need these things to upgrade things on our ship or craft other things, so I'm pretty willing to pick up stuff if I have room. Izahar, your demand for more hull nodes is outrageous. You work within the inner system. You have Mars at your disposal. You need to manage with available resources and focus on recruitment. Isahar, your recent behavior is causing concerns. Perhaps too many colonies can lead to disintegration of personality. We will conduct the appropriate research. Remember that the social must always prevail over the personal. Lay. Okay, scanner. Everything is turned off, so that's not particularly useful. Okay, more just back end rooms. We're not hearing anybody move about. Okay, excellent. We'll take the ammo. We'll just similar. I will just lug this stuff around for now, but probably gonna have to drop a lot of it. Also remember that we lose our dodge chance. Some room is nearby an elevator. Be careful, there's a lot of signatures of stationary turrets and heavily armored. Okay, we're not gonna go to the elevator, so we're gonna change positions back to that staircase. I did peek in there in my initial just game test, and there were so many dudes. I don't think there's gonna be anything in there. Let's just get to the staircase. That was right here. Okay, we are kind of surrounded. We have buckshot loaded currently. That's actually not terrible for what we're going to be fighting over here. There's 3 dudes there, and there's 1 dude over here. I don't love this doorway either. I think I'm going to... Oh, there's multiples there, too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, double goodness. Okay, well, we immediately are gonna go to... Okay, we would hit that. So let's move to here. We lucked out. That was like a bleed. These are raiders. Okay. I can't reload. I gotta keep reminding myself that. Let's just wait. And enemies can also use offensive grenades, of course. They do it much worse than our operators, but there are exceptions. To avoid getting hit by shrapnel, it's better to move to a safe distance and find cover. We are certainly in a dangerous position here. The fire spreads. I can't move past the burning body. What do you have? Okay, you have... I think that's a melee weapon. Okay. I'm less worried about that. What do you have? Ooh, a submachine gun. I worried a lot about that. A wrench. Okay, you are by far the most dangerous thing here. We have a lot of AP. Let's take shots first. All right, I think we can just kill you, and that gets one worry gone. I really wish we didn't have that fire behind us. We have one move. I don't want to stand next to this fire and get lit on fire. We're going to get an absolute spray, though. All right, let's chance it. Okay, well, there was a guy in here still. Take the shot. We didn't get hit by that guy, though, which is surprising to me. I have one shot left. Okay, that doesn't look to be on fire anymore. Okay, now let's take a second. What do we have? Foot. A contusion. It's self-healing. I don't think I want to waste a bandage, but I will drop a rag on it. Some wounds can become infected. To prevent this, use sorbent or antibiotics. Okay, unfortunate. But we will pop an antibiotic. Okay, now reload the shotgun or switch weapons. I think we're going to start reloading. Maybe I should have tossed that grenade over there. Let's actually go down to sneak so we can see where they're at. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. I should have gone up to move on that one. That could have been really bad. We have one shell. Back up. Oh, there was someone behind him. Okay, we're gonna have to switch weapons because I cannot stand there and reload forever. I think we're even gonna throw the grenade. And pray. Can't run. All right, open this. Run. Nope. I wanted to close the door. Okay, well, at least the grenade went off. Okay, this is not gonna do like any damage to him. I'm gonna switch. Move here. Okay, what is going on here? Why will you not close? Right click. That's not available while running. Okay, fine. Reload a shell. Go down to walk. Close that. All right, there's still a guy over here unless he bled out. Apparently my antibiotics did not fix the infection either. Eat another one. There we go. Okay, we have reloaded. Whew. We are also down a lot of calories. Let's have those noodles quick. Little combat snack, never hurt anybody. What are you? Oh, and a stationary automatic flamethrower with a homing system. Homie does not want to be in that line of sight. Okay. I've never seen them do that before. Also, this could have been exceptionally bad. That could have been exceptionally bad. If that had blown up there. Okay, we are down some HP. Let's Drink some water, which will help us regen. Take that. Okay, go down slow. Unload the ammo. Do that. Oh no! Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to take those shells. Okay, that was a little bit of an oops. That's all right. We'll start in on getting a stack of powder if we can. Okay, pipe, random garbage. Gives me some rubber. Okay, the turret didn't have anything apparently. Or maybe that dropped it. Hobo. It's a vest. Is that better than what we have? We have a Pathfinder. 60 condition. In theory, this has more. Also has some resistances, whereas ours doesn't really have much. Weighs a little bit more. We are very weighed down at the moment. I do think I want this if the repair is good. So we are down, what, 32? We could repair you with rusty metal or with a rag. $70 out of 70 is better than what we currently have. This also has more defense. I'll do it. Yeah, put that. Oh, I don't have any other shells in there. Okay, never mind. We'll take the hobo. Now we got some batteries. Okay, I don't think I can afford to bring the extra fuel. Okay, let's drop the short pipe. Rusty parts. We have spare tourists on the ship and I can craft those, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. Okay, our resistances are starting to look a lot better. Rubber, plastic. Okay, what heals the most? 25 minus 10, 40 minus 5. Okay, so rubber is what we would like to repair those with. We are still down enough that another repair would be worthwhile. Okay, our gear's looking okay. I do see our duffel did take some damage. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. Let's repair it. 10 out of 10. That actually was not helpful now that I think about it. Okay. Move to here. What do you got? Work clothes, industrial good. I think that 0 out of 14 is telling me that that's something I need for an upgrade. I will go ahead and nab that. Okay, ooh. Lots of things I want here. Okay, engineering kit, bullets. We'll keep the rubber on us for now. Okay, I don't want more than one stack of rags. Don't want random meat. Don't need any of that. Probably not going to hold the pipe. Ceramic plate. Again, very cool, but I'm not sure how useful. Plastic or weapons parts. We do have plastic on us. Okay, you're down quite significantly. Let's repair you. Also, you know what? My shoddy's also pretty damaged. Not enough that I can do it. We're going to need weapon parts or a short pipe. All right, you divide. I will take one short pipe with me. We're getting very weighed down here. All right, can I read you? The number of counterintelligence agents in the streets of Realware Inner City is extremely high. My pull nodes are constantly at risk of being exposed. From now on, I'm going to keep one bullet in the Liberator for myself. The risk of our secrets falling in the hands of Realware is not justified, especially since this is not our priority target in the inner system, Isahar. Okay, so we are looking for the next stair down. We are literally in the entry room. We have not even made any egress in. Now let's put our shells in. And hopefully we can find some more bullets. All right, again, let's make sure we're dropping that stuff out. Here we have a workbench and a door. Again, let's take that out. Okay, we could, you know what? Actually, let's craft another duffel bag and we'll swap out. If we had a glass bottle, we could make a Molotov. I think that's what one of those guys threw at me. That's where that fire came from. I think I heard a glass. And fortunately, there's basically nothing else we're going to be able to make in here. We don't have any chitin. Okay, and then you just take that one spot. I'm so going to be sad when that inevitably gets destroyed and we drop all of our loot on the floor. I do also wish that I could use WASD to move the camera. That would be like my strongest like piece of feedback so far. Modern games, if we have a free camera, we need to be able to move it with WASD. If that's not moving our characters. If there's a way I can set that up, let me know, but I could not find a way to do it. Okay, all's quiet. I mean, I guess if nothing else, we're definitely getting a lot of experience for that. Now, I think if our clone dies, we no longer... We have to start over, right? I think that's how that works. Okay, you are down 60-something points. Repair that. Boy, we're going to have this cool gear, and then it's all going to disintegrate on me. Okay, not seeing anybody. Okay, there's our stairs. Oh, and there's a person. Rogue say is secure enough to prepare messages for routing to external system. I've successfully infiltrated as... Okay, we've read that one. All right, you. Multiple people. We could take a shot and then move back. Okay, you have a nail gun. All right, we're gonna up this. We're gonna go to a full run. We're gonna move. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna move back. Move. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna go back. This is the safer route, but as you see, nice. Lower accuracy. All right, now we know there's still a guy in there. We don't know what he's up to. There he is. Okay. We're going to move. Two of them. A raider. What is that? A digger? He has an augmented limb. Oh man, if Rimworld's taught me anything, that's worth a whole lot. All right, so melee guy, but he also has a pistol. And a guy with an industrial nail gun. I feel like that's not OSHA compliant. Move back, move up. Move back, move up. Okay, he apparently just like hasn't figured out we're here. All right, I'm gonna move up and we're gonna go into just walk mode. Okay, he's got really good cover there. We're gonna run out of shells. Yep. All right. You know what? If he's... I don't know what he's doing. We might need to move closer. Yeah, we gotta get that. This is so dangerous. We're gonna go to run. Okay, down to a walk. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh, what was up with the accuracy on that? Okay. No one else appears to have heard this. Chemtrail, some water. I'll take the water. Handyman, people's front. I like your hat. Industrial nail gun does decent amount of piercing. I mean, I don't hate that thing, but I don't think I would want it either. Some acid. It's a crafting component. Oh, also, let's repair that. We knew that was coming. Some rusty metal. Don't really need. Yeah, I don't think I care about any of that. Definitely care about those bullets. Unload. Oh, I can't get his super cool arm? Boo. Or wait, was that you? No, it was him. Okay, don't care about any of these. Vivictus. Nope. I don't care. Well, wire I do care a little bit. I know wire is a pretty good crafting material. Let's get rid of these nails. We're not going to use those. Take the wire. All right, we check you. We did. I'm kind of letting things build up in my inventory again. Probably not for the best, since it lowers our dodge. Let's take a quick audit. Vermin's death is probably the thing I should throw away the most, but if I could get one flamethrower out, we'd have one. It's so heavy though. All right, you know what? I'm gonna let that go. The fact that we have a research station, I've never found one of those before, and I know we need that for upgrades. Okay, rusty parts, we'll hang on to you for now, but I want to put the bullets in here. I mean, we got some good stuff here if we can make it out. Okay, we have not hurt anybody. Still haven't hurt anybody. Okay, here we go. We got a fabricator and a workbench. What can I make? Okay, here we go. We can turn some of that powder into shells. Yeah. Craft that. Excellent. Now, you have slugs in you. Yeah, okay, so take my slugs, put them in here instead of those. Not bad. I wish we were finding more bullets. Then again, if we were finding more bullets, that means more people would have guns, so maybe not. All right, and then what do you do? Okay, same one that we've been looking at. Yeah, nothing. Another one, a medical machine. Okay, here we go. We could combine things that we have into a first aid kit, which stabilizes all wounds. Yeah, if we could get to the point where we could make these reliably, I could bring like 2 of these or 3 of these, or even a whole stack, rather than having 3 slots taken up. I like that quite a bit. Hydrogel, another one that would be really nice. We don't currently have a way to heal those. Okay, I'm going to do that. We will craft it. Splints, we can make 5. Okay. Make 5. Okay. What are you? Dr. Jones surgical kit. Don't have any of that stuff. Mustard plaster, a warming patch. Okay, I'm going to make the hydrogel. I'm going to make those 2. It's just things I can't normally make. Yeah, so look at this. We got big stacks of medical supplies, and we didn't actually change our inventory much. And I think I'm even willing to say I'm just not going to bring plastic out. At least I'm not going to carry it around right now. Okay, 5 splints, 5 hydrogel, 5 mustard plasters, 5 bandages. We do have a med kit. Let me switch these before I forget. No. I do want that. Oh, your buckshot. I see. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, there's something over here. I'm not going to take that. We just don't have the room. We're already going to bring a full stack out, so. All right, zoom up here. So far, I would say that scientific thing we found is by far the best. That's the way down. Hey, map. Okay, there's more to do, but I'm already full. There's no point in exploring if I can't carry the loot and our mission's not done. Finally, you're at the SD Control Center. It's full of civil resistance fighters, bioscanners registering spikes in their endocrine systems. It's madness. Maybe there's a way to bypass them? Pay attention to the technical corridors and ventilation shafts. If you picked a heavy weaponry, just destroy it with whatever's at hand. Okay. We've read that one before. Okay, we have 1 target. I don't really like fighting right there. Let's just see if we can just go around him. Corridor. Dead end. There's a pair of boots that aren't very good. I kind of feel like we probably need to take that guy out. There's a big room over there. I just don't want things behind me. Okay, we know there's at least 3 bodies in there. I don't love that. They opened the door. Okay, we're gonna go up to running. Hey, buddy. Okay, run up. That's why we like buckshot. Fire transfer increased to 2. Gives me extra crit chance. Okay, back up. We have 6 shots. Oh, oh. That was not good. That was not good. What are you wielding? A submachine gun. Oh, this is really bad. I hit control because I wanted to force move onto the door, and that made me punch that guy, wasting an AP. I think we're going to use our 2 AP to back up. We're not going to do enough damage here. Well, all right, maybe we'll get lucky, we'll get a wound on him, and then we'll back up here. Yikes. All right, we have a bajillion AP now. All right, this is an armored guy, and you can see how much more deadly he is. All right, let's continue to back up here. I will take that spot. What do you have? Okay, you just want to come over here and hit me. I can repair once, and then let's see what our health... All right, so we have a deep wound. Damage per turn and damage per AP. Ouch. Did you break my bag too? Oh, we're running. I see. Walk. Man, that hurts that I couldn't get into this menu. And then we have a minor wound that's not so bad. All right, let's get a bandage on that. That's 1 AP. And then we will fire at this guy. Also 1 AP. We have 1 more shotgun shell. We are reloaded on our other one. Yeah, we are reloaded on the other one. Ooh, we are also getting very hungry. All right, sneaky sneak. That was the 3 guys we had seen. Don't care about any of that. We need to find some food, ideally. I would like it if we don't have to resort to cannibalism. All right, now here we have a choice. A submachine gun versus... I said you were a pistol, right? Submachine gun pairs well with the shotgun on this guy because it has the minus scatter. You use 42s, though, and I don't have a lot of ammo for that. But then again, I don't have a lot of ammo for anything. A buffalo pack. 6x4? And a bunch of... Oh my goodness. It's Christmas early. You repair with rag or plastic. Definitely will do. All right, that means I can take this and not feel so bad about it. And in fact, I think I would rather even have that equipped. Okay, you're not helpful. You are helpful. Okay, the rest of this, we already have a hobo. Are these boots better? People's front. Pretty good resistance to a lot of things, but it's a little bit lower. I think that is actually better. And it has more condition either way, so let's do it. All right, you gave me a bunch of stuff that I probably don't want to carry around. All right, so you, weapon part or short pipe? I don't have either of those. You, weapon part, short pipe. Okay, nothing else. You're down a decent amount. We would like some plastic to repair you. We'll see if we can find that. I'm going to carry this around because we just don't have enough ammo for anything. All right, number 1, start reloading it. Oh, I'm still wounded? I thought we were okay. We are not okay. Okay, put another bandage on that. This one is self-healing. I think we're going to let that one try to go. We're also kind of wounded. Okay, some buckshot, which would... Or no. Not buckshot. No, buckshot. Oh my goodness. Are we not? We have it. Oh, I can't change weapons because I'm reloading. Got it. Some sorbent. I will carry that around. Unload this. What are you? A Starlock. Okay, you're kind of cool, but you're like a Derringer almost. Don't think I'm going to carry that around. And an EVA suit. No. A microchip. Okay, that's something that we actually need for upgrades. Not carrying glass, not carrying armor plates. Okay, let's S and then start reloading. I definitely want to have full ammo. Man. Oh, that could have gone really badly. Okay, so here allows us to locate. We have, I think, loot and people. Okay, so... Okay, there's not a lot of people. Yeah, there's not a lot of people here. 2 up there, 1 there, and 3 there. Okay, that's at least something good to know. I don't know where my objective is, though. Am I able to tell what you are? No. Looks like these are probably dead ends. Might be worth just doing this real quick, because if we can find our objective, we could just leave. Oh, never mind. Server station, that's what we're here to destroy. Okay, let's move up. I do want to see what's in here. Memory records, valuable data. I believe this gives us XP when we use it. Right now, all we would get is assault reflex. I'm not going to use it on that. Okay, I don't even think I really want to fight other people if I don't have to. Let's back up here. And I'm going to use this. If I have to fight, I kind of want to use my shotgun. Let's use this. Excuse me? There we go. Wrong button. Okay, that's kind of cool. I won't lie. He did have it in auto mode. I do see. Great job. Pilots begin to maneuver as soon as the geoscanner beeped that Rogue City guns died. Mission accomplished. Request evacuation and return to the nearest elevator. Unfortunately, I don't know where the elevator is, so we're gonna have to take the staircase to get out of here. And we are not gonna even play around. We're just leaving. And still bleeding. Okay, that is this thing. I guess I just misunderstood what that was telling me. All right, heal that, please. We have 737 calories left. That is a little on the worrisome side. T. The Mission Defense Control Center has been successfully destroyed. We can evacuate. Destroyed objects 1 of 1. Evacuation. Good job. Go back to the elevator. We'll pick you up. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know where the elevator is because we didn't take it. Here. There's the staircase to the right. And I believe we're pretty clear on clearing everything out here. We are still bleeding. I'm going to just eat it. I'm going to just eat it. We can get out. Okay, now here again, we could use the elevator or we could go to the ship. We're going to go to the ship, so southeast. We're in sneaky sneak mode. Don't see anyone. What do you want? Find the elevator and go upstairs. We'll pick you up. Yeah. If you have the elevator, you can normally just go there and that will let you leave the mission. We did not find it, and nor do I want to go through a room full of turrets, so we're just gonna go this way. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any of the upgrades that let us put things on the ship. Do I have any space whatsoever? I do. All right, I'll take you. I'm not starved to death yet. I'm just gonna run around. We'll just grab what's here, which apparently is the gas cans. Yeah, we'll grab that. I'm pretty sure we get free filled up on food before a mission. So we'll just grab this just to fill up. We also still have some health. All right, let's get out of here. I think we have been plenty greedy for this mission. I'll definitely say I got way better gear on this run than I did on my test game. That backpack and that chest thing we got. Let's get out of here. Not only did we not only took all the valuables, but also patched up holes from the boarding shuttles. In Rogue City, we had everything we needed for that. Boss, we also found a PCPU with a database belonging to Ancom Corporation. There's a lot of information about Quasimorph research. They are willing to generously compensate us for our expenses in return for such valuable intellectual property. But of course, we made a copy of all the data from their device. Their agent is ready to meet us at Rebus Sky City in orbit of Mars. Continue. We will unload all and finish mission. Okay, beautiful. Let's go here. This is the HIS Magnum control screen. From here, you can access the list of clone operators and cargo hold, top right of the screen. To go to the spaceship's compartments, click on any compartment marker. All right, we can do an upgrade, so we can check our supply area. Upgrade. You start with the stuff you need for this, which is I think that's a welding kit. Improves the crafting capabilities. We will do that. Yes. Now we can produce stuff, and we do... No. We have other upgrades, but I need welding machines to be able to do it. So we need a lot of welding machines. Other notables, like these are little upgrades. Other big ones here. Scavengers. We get additional consumable drops after completing missions. And recycling. Automatically disassembles items into components with a 100% chance to drop materials. Very nice. Let's look at the other upgrades, see if we are close to anything. This one seems like it'd be really good. Monitoring. When activated, creates an additional random mission in the current system. The reason being, we have to fly between planets, and it's like 20 days or so. That's a long time. It's better if we could just make another mission wherever we're at, so that would be really cool. We need 2 switchboards. We did not find any switchboards, unfortunately. Engineering. We need armor case. Whoops. Spacecraft. Engineering. Or we would need weapon crates. We didn't get either of those. Hangar. Okay, here we go. Here's something that we did get. So we would need 3 more research stations to work on the hangar. Production of the classes will require the follow. Allows modification of operator class for class chips. So I believe that means we can start switching up the perks that different classes have. That seems really good. Number of objects, project time. Okay. And then things we don't know about. And the telephoratic engine. I think that's late game stuff here, so I'm not even gonna bother with that right now. Cloning. Okay, here we would need 2 management units. And what this would give us is what? Inventory slots 2. I'm not sure. Extended hold. Oh, wait. I think this means I can put inventory on the ship. Yeah, look, here's an inventory slot. See, so what are we missing? I want management units. Very much would like that. Shuttle, extra inventory, a whole row, and trade. Okay, we want all that stuff. Cloning. Here we need cloning control systems. We didn't find any of those. Training and capacity. Okay, that's all of those things. I want... No, not that. Where is my crafting? Those are all messages. System map. In front of you is the map of the solar system. Here you can see which missions are available in different areas and how much time it will take to travel from one point to another. Right now, to deliver the PCPU with quasimorphic research to Ancom, we have to go to Mars. Boss, one more thing. The system's open to us and full of possibilities. You are under no obligations to return the device to its rightful owner, but I wouldn't risk getting involved with Ancom. And this is the last piece of advice I gave you. Okay, so we have finished the beginning of the game advice stuff. Nope, don't want that. Where is my... Here we are. Crafting screen. The capacity of our mother spacecraft allows us to produce items directly on board. To produce most simple items, we only need a license chip. There are examples in history of how one corporation tried to introduce an additional fee for each item produced. But as a result of the 6-Day War, the corporation went bankrupt and all others refused such monetization. If only. All right, so these are various things that we can make right now. We can find more blueprints. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything that time. We can make basic food out of plastic. Too real. Pathfinder vest, tourist backpack, t-shirts, sneakers, basic weapons. If we had some more powder, we could get more ammo. That would be nice. Bandages, plastic, and rotten meat to make antibiotics. We can do a first aid kit. We can make 2 of them. I'm going to do that. And then what else can we queue up? We already made 5 hydrogel. I don't think I need more. A high-tech kit. Engineering kits. Okay, these are things that we really would like. Blacksmith, if we brought up some plates. All right. Let's go ahead and make some extra bandages, I guess, just to have something queued up. And then there are other missions here. So Orphan the Sky Sabotage mission, or the other side, Revolution, protect the supply of the civil resistance. Well, we hate those guys, so I definitely wouldn't do that. Orphans of the Sky, destroy the civil resistance supply warehouse. Go to floor 4. That's dangerous. Okay, so here, I really wish I could pause when we're doing this. We can see here power concentration and floors. So the civil resistance one actually would be a pretty easy mission, but I don't want to help them. We hate them. Siren Song, 800 power concentration over 3 floors. That's not too bad. Beneficiary is Ancom. It's an espionage mission versus civil resistance. We will probably do this mission, but this first episode has already gone on so long that I think I'm going to end it there. So the very cool game here. I will say these are all the different factions of the game. And I think what we'll do is we'll look at the ones as they become relevant to our playthrough. Yeah, we'll check that out next time. I don't want to go too deep into this on this one. So this has been Quasimorph. Very, very interesting game here. I like the roguelike, roguelite thing where we come back to the ship, we get our upgrades, we have various characters and classes. We didn't find anything to unlock those, unfortunately, in this one, but I hear there's a class that's all about loot, and you know how I feel about that. So we will definitely check this out, at least another episode or 2. If you enjoyed this one, you can let me know by hitting that like button. Leave me a comment on that. Especially on new series, I have to make decisions on where I'm going to put my record time. So if it's popular, better chance of it getting some more content. If it's not popular, well, I got other things we can move on and check out too. So let me know, builders. Hopefully, if you're not subscribed, I've earned your subscription today. I'd love to have you back in the comments or join me live for a stream and we can chat there. If you want to support the channel, you can always leave a super thanks, join me live for super chat, check out the Patreon linked in the channel info, or become a member here on YouTube. That support allows me to buy things like Quasimorph and show them off on the channel. All right, builders, get out there and make yourself a PMC, and I'll see you in the stars. Babble out.